Welcome to Flash Tutorial Request 127, Brush Your Teeth Part 4. It's a follow-up to Part 3, which I have opened on my computer. And what I want to deal with is the fact of the brush going up and down here. So I'll test this movie. If I brush it up and down here, I'm not brushing it, I'm not moving it, and it's still incrementing, or actually decrementing because we're subtracting. And that's because the brush is touching both the upper and lower lip at the same time. There's something we can do about that. There's probably several things. So I'm going to first of all take this upper lip. I'm back on the timeline. I'm going to take this upper lip and drag it down so both of my lips are under my teeth. And if that's so, I can't see them. But if I click this box here, I can highlight everything, put shadows around it. I'm going to click this box here. Oops, the wrong one. Yeah, this one. This is my upper and my lower lips right there. So if I highlight them, oops, unlock them, I'm unlocking the upper lip, selecting that frame, and there's the upper lip. I can take and move that up. I'm exaggerating that. Likewise, I can unlock the lower lip, oops, and select it, the lower lip. It's highlighted, if not highlighted, and I'm moving it down. So that gives me an area between the two where I should not be decrementing my counter. So let's just look at that for a minute. It's working, and right here I'm not decrementing the counter. But the problem is I got to go way up here and way down here. So I'm going to deal with that again later on, but right now that's one way of solving that problem. If your head is big enough and your teeth are big enough, high vertically, and if your brush is narrow enough vertically, then you don't have this problem, and that's one thing on this video that you won't need to be concerned with. But eventually I'm going to go back and find a better way of doing this. I want to put things back the way they were. And one of the things that I like to deal with is eventually I like to have some means of keeping track. Right now we can see the output panel as we're brushing up and down, but I'm going to work on something that's going to allow us to eventually see something going on and off to let us know that we're hitting these things. Open the actions panel, come down to the very bottom. Again, between these two last closed curly brackets, put a couple enters and type this code. It's quite a bit of it. It starts off, if open bracket white is less than or equal to 0.8 close bracket. White is the variable that we keep decrementing every time we go up and down here by 0.005. We keep decrementing it. And to make sure that works, open bracket, curly bracket, trace, open bracket, quotation 0.8, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon, close curly bracket. You can copy that, paste it in, change the 0.8 to 0.6 here, change the 0.8 to 0.6 here, paste it in again, make it 0.4, 0.4, paste it in again, 0.2, 0.2, paste it in again, and make it 0. Now we're tracing 0, open bracket, quotation 0, quotation, close bracket, semicolon, and we want two things to happen. Beside that, we want to take this paste brush small underscore MC, that's the brush we're moving up and down, period X, and make that equal to 1260 semicolon. We're going to send that off the stage so you can't brush anymore. And we want to make white equal to 1 so that it doesn't start all over again, because these tests would all become false and it would start all over again. So make white equal to 1 semicolon and a closed curly bracket. So now let's just see if this happens. Control, test movie test, and I'm going to go through it and only show you parts of it because it takes so long to brush these teeth. So I'm going to stop. Now if you look down here, I'm down to 0.2, so a few more of these and I will go to the 0. And when I reach 0, or the brush disappears and the teeth are white. That works pretty good. Come over here to your rectangle tool. Click on the corner, and I want this Polystar tool. Open the Properties panel, Polystar. Under Options, I want to select Star. And I'm going to keep, I have 5 points here, or 5 sides, and 0.5 for my size. You can change that if you want. OK. Click on this second highest layer, insert a layer, call it Star, S-T-A-R. Select frame 1. Pick up your Poly tool. We just made it a star tool. Click on it. Come over here, hold your shift down, and make a star. Doesn't matter what color it is. I have a black stroke and a purple fill. Pick up your selection tool, highlight it, modify it, convert it to a symbol. Make sure movie clip is selected, call it star, S-T-A-R, shift underscore MC. Copy that and paste it in for a instance name. Double click on it. Now we're inside that movie clip. Get on that first frame, click it, and you should have that little fuzzy square. Hold the key down and drag it to the right. So there's my star. Go up to frame 11. Right click, insert a keyframe. This is all fuzzy. Right click, copy this. Oops. Right click, copy it. Right click, paste it in place, and just drag it down. At the same time, click that center and change the color over here in your bucket, and we'll make it red. Go up to frame 21. Right click, insert a keyframe. Right click, paste in place. Drag that off. Click just the center, change the color of it in the bucket here. Go up to 31. Right click, insert a keyframe. Up here, paste in place. Click the center. Make this a bluish color. Nice and blue. Got a purple and a blue. Up to 41. Right click, insert a keyframe. Right click, paste in place. Drag it down. And we'll make this star yellow. Click just the center of it. And make this one yellow. So now we have this goes on. When you got this all here, highlight them all, right click, copy them. Lock this layer, call this layer star, S-T-A-R. Insert a layer. I'm calling this layer target, T-A-R-G, target, and select frame 1. Insert a keyframe. Come up here. Right click, paste in place. Now, there's actually 2 of them here now, so you can click it just once, and you might be able to delete just one of them. There you go, but it doesn't matter. What we want to do now is click the center of this one, delete it, click the center of this one, delete it, click the center of this one, delete it, click the center of this one, and delete it. So now we have where our targets are going to go, and these will fill them in. Dink, 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 dink. Lock all the layers, select the top layer, insert a layer, action script, AS, select frame 1, open the action panel, stop, S-T-O-P, open close bracket, semicolon. Copy that. Go to the frame right here, which is going to be frame 10, before this one here. Right click, insert a keyframe, open the actions panel, paste it in as a stop. Come up to here, right click, insert keyframe, paste it in the actions panel. Right here, insert a keyframe, paste it in the stops again, and we have one more. Convert to keyframe, and paste it in for a stop. Let's hit the enter button. Hit the enter button. I can see how that's going to go like that. Bing, 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 bing. Let's go back to the actions, the main timeline. Scene 1 here. Action script. Open the action panel. Come down the bottom where we have these first ifs on this white. Right here. Put an enter in here. And type this code. Type. Star underscore MC. That's that movie clip we just made. Period. Go to and play. Small g, small t, capital A, capital P. That will turn blue. Open bracket 2. Close bracket semicolon. And I don't think we need this. We need this trace. So let's put a couple of forward slashes in there. Copy this. Come down to the next one. We know I want to put 2 forward slashes here. Paste it in. And now we want to go to 11. Frame 11. Come down here. 2 forward slashes here. Enter. Paste it in. Want to go to 21. Come down. Forward slashes here. Enter. Paste it in. 31. Come down. 2 forward slashes. Whoops. Paste it in. And this will be 41. Let's try that. Control. Test movie, test. Pick up the toothpaste. So far so good. Start brushing. And over here, eventually I'll reach 0.8. I'm going to go through it. It's just counting because of where it's sitting. I'm going to make a count, it's counting. There. And the brush, and I got all 5 stars. I'm back on scene 1. All my layers are locked. I'm selecting the star layer. I'm inserting a layer. I'm calling it light. L-I-G-H-T. Selecting frame 1. Going to pick up my oval tool now. Click on that corner, oval tool. And I'm going to make it a green color for my fill right now. There it is, the green color. And holding my shift down up here somewhere, I'm making a little circle. There it is. Don't need any bigger than that. Pick up my selection tool. Highlighting it. Modify. Convert to a symbol. Movie clip again. Light. L-I-G-H-T. Shift underscore MC. You got the routine. Copy that. Okay. Open the properties panel. Paste it in place. Or paste. So I have an instance name now. Double click on it. Now we're inside that movie clip. Call this light. L-I-G-H-T. Drag your cursor on it. Click. And while it's highlighted, grab that fuzzy square, drag it over. Come here, insert a keyframe. You may have to make it a little bit bigger to do this, but you want to select just the center. And then come over here, click on this bucket, and make it red. So I have red, green, like that. Lock that layer. Insert a layer. Action script, AS. Select frame 1. Open the action panel. Stop. S-T-O-P. Open, close brackets, semicolon. Back to the main timeline. All layers locked again. Open the action panel, and way down here, actually I have to go back up from where we were. I'm stopping here where the brush paste hits the teeth, and after this P brush small, put in a couple enters and type this code. Type. So when we bring the brush to the teeth, we're going to jump and stop to that frame 2, and that little green light should appear. So let's test this out. Shouldn't take long. Hit there. As soon as it hits the teeth, the green light appears. Copied. Come down further down the page where the P brush and the upper lip and the toggle are all together. Right there. Paste it in. And then come down to the next one at the end of these. Paste it in, but make this frame number 3. So as we go up and down and toggle back and forth, we should see that light going on and off to let us know that we are actually brushing the teeth. Very good. Something else that was asked of me to try to put sound on this. Open the library, open the movie clip light, and we have 2 frames or 2 layers, lock them. Select the light layer, insert a layer, and call it sound. S-O-U-N-D. And right here, right click, convert to blank keyframe, and this is what we have. The format for importing audio into Flash, this one was the MP3. I have no way now of converting anything to MP3. The program I have is so old that it will not accept the newer formats that I'm using with my rendering program, so I'm forced to use something that's internal to Flash. Flash has all kinds of sounds, but it doesn't have one for brushing your teeth. And the problem with all the sounds that I found, they're very long. I want something very short, but I'm going to go through the motions to show you what you need to do. You would be importing audio into the library, but I'm going to use something Flash already has. So I have this frame selected. Go to Windows, Common Library, Sounds, and I looked these over, and one of the shortest I could find was way down here. It doesn't sound much like teeth, but it's going to give you the idea. And it was Weapons Arrow. I'm going to click on it and drag it up onto the stage. And when I do, you'll see a little line in here. See that little line? Now the problem is, if I try to test this out, Control, Test Movie, Test. See, I don't quite get what I really wanted, but I think you get the idea. If you could come up with an MP3 file that just filled one of these slots, because right now I think that goes way up to here. If I think I might be able to do this. Yeah, see, that's I don't want all that. I only want one little frame of it, but this is what I have to have. Anyway, that's up to you if you want to use that. I'm going to remove that sound. Right click, delete it. I don't want the sound on mine. The last thing I want to deal with is back to scene 1. I am still not happy with the fact that this has got to go so far. You could make, like I say, the head and the smile bigger, or you can make the toothbrush smaller. There is one other way that you can do it. And if I go to the library, open up my toothbrush that has the little bit of paste on it, P brush small. Open that movie clip. Make this a little bit bigger. Make it about 200. And you see that right there, that blue. get your selection tool, click on it. And that's just that little section. Right now we're dealing with, when we brushing, we're starting here with this movie clip all the way up here. So all of that surface. Now if I take that while it's highlighted, modify, convert to a symbol, and I called it dab, like in a dab, D-A-B, shift underscore MC. Now the target is only that high. Copy it, open the properties panel, paste it in for an instance name. Go back to the scene 1, go into the action script, way down close to the bottom, middle, and here, right here where I'm doing this small brush, period, click right here. Now write dab, D-A-B, shift underscore MC, period. I'm going now right down to that little dab of toothpaste for my target. Copy that, click here after the dot, right click, paste it in, and this should be a lot better. Control, test movie test, no errors. Nothing has changed except now, and I see I'm counting, and eventually I'll bring that stars in. I'm down to almost 0.8. There's my stars coming in. Now, once you've done that, you can then play around with the lips. So I'm going to lock them all, make them all disappear except the lips. And you can now move these two lips. If I unlock them, this upper and lower lip, you can move them back up if you want to play around to get a better action on your toothbrush. I think that's it. Hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learned.